Here are 15 random facts about the NHL, Episode 3. In a regular season game back on January 5th of 2012, the Boston Bruins absolutely ran the Flames out of the building with a final score of 9-0. TJ Brodie, Flames defenseman, played nearly 25 minutes in that game and finished with an even plus-minus. That stat kinda blew my mind considering how many minutes he played and what the final score was. The New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils were the only two teams in North American sports to never make a trade with each other until Michael Grabner was traded to the New Jersey Devils from the Rangers on February 22nd of 2018. Wayne and Brent Gretzky hold the NHL record for most combined points between two brothers. Wayne has 2,857 and Brent has 4, giving them a combined total of 2,861 points. On March 9th of 1991, Theo Fleury scored a hat-trick and all of his goals were short-handed, 2 of which came 8 seconds apart on the same penalty kill. This is the only short-handed hat-trick in NHL history. Back in the 2014-15 season, Jamie Benn won the Art Ross Trophy with 87 points, which kinda sounds crazy to say right now considering how many players are probably gonna put up 100 plus points this season, but a fun fact about Jamie Benn's Art Ross Trophy is he actually headed into the final game of the season 3 points behind John Tavares for the league lead. Jamie Benn played very well in the final game of the regular season and put up 4 points to win the Art Ross Trophy. Former NHL goaltender Glenn Hall, who played in the NHL from 1952 to 1971, holds the NHL record for most consecutive games started by a goaltender with 502. It's honestly crazy to me that he didn't get injured once throughout that entire Iron Man streak. The dude was a beast, and back when the streak took place, goalies didn't even wear masks yet. This season, JT Miller joined Alexander McGillney and Barry Peterson as the third player to record at least 20 multi-point games in his first season with the Canucks. This kinda just shows you how good of a season he's really having for them. The only active NHL player with more 60-point seasons than Patrick Laine at the age of 21 or younger is Sidney Crosby, who had 4, and Laine has 3, but could have been tied with Crosby with 4 had he not had the down season last year. On January 19th of 1918, the NHL adopted a rule that allowed goaltenders to fall to their knees to make a save. Prior to this rule change, a goalie was assessed a minor penalty and fined $2 for flopping. NHL legend Nick Lidstrom is the oldest player of all time to win the Norris Trophy, 41 years and 57 days. He's also the oldest player to ever record their first career hat-trick, 40 years and 210 days when he did that. The least common number in NHL history is number 0. As a matter of fact, only one single player has ever worn that jersey number, and that player's name is Neil Sheehy, and he wore it for less than 1 season with the Hartford Whalers after being traded there from Calgary during the last half of the 1987-88 season. Manon Rhéaume is the only woman to ever appear in a National Hockey League game. She did that back in 1992 in an exhibition game for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And even though a woman has never played a regular season NHL game, there are actually 12 women with their names engraved on the Stanley Cup, all of them being team owners or executives. There are a good amount of short players in today's NHL, guys like Nathan Gerbe, Rocco Grimaldi, even players like DeBrincat and Johnny Gaudreau, just to name a few, but the shortest player in NHL history is actually former goaltender Roy Waters, who played for the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Americans and the Montreal Canadiens. He was measured at 5'3" and played in 484 NHL games from 1925 to 1937. After Zibanejad's 5-goal game the other day, he became the 3rd player in New York Rangers franchise history to score 5 goals in a game, joining Mark Pavelich, who did it in 1983, and Don Murdoch, who did it in 1976. Since 1914, the Stanley Cup has been awarded every single year, except for 2 times. One time was during a Spanish flu pandemic in 1919, and the most recent one was during the 2005 NHL lockout. And who knows, maybe this could happen again this season with all the concern about the coronavirus. I mean, the IIHF just announced the cancellation of the 2020 Women's World Hockey Championship that was set to begin at the end of the month in Halifax and Truro. That is going to wrap up week 3 of 15 random facts about the NHL. You guys have shown a ton of support on the first 2 episodes, and that makes me pretty happy because I have a lot of fun making these and I learn a lot of new things. I may start doing these every second week just so the facts don't get stale over time, but I'm not quite sure yet. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to go down there and drop a like on it. That's the best way to show your support. And if you guys have not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel for some more NHL content, and I will see you guys all in the next video.